Hey, what's up guys? Reda here. Welcome to Research Report number 22. Before we dive in, I want to wish all of you happy holidays and a happy new year's. I want to thank all of you for the support since I started this crypto research project where I try to upload every single week a brand new project. I got some very nice messages and you guys seem to really enjoy it. So this time we're gonna dive into a new layer 1 called SAGA protocol. So before we continue the video, always read the disclaimer just for your own safety. So introduction to SAGA. SAGA is a protocol that allows developers to launch application-specific blockchains called chainlets tailored for unique use cases within their designed realms. So basically, SAGA attracts developers to build their own mini blockchains upon SAGA, and they can customize it how they see fit, which is pretty unique. Where is SAGA built on, right? So SAGA is built on a secure, scalable, dedicated proof of stake network using the Cosmos SDK and Comet BFT. SAGA ensures robust, efficient operation for its chainlets. Again, this is nothing different from TIA or Outlayer. They're also use this kind of proof of stake network, which is the best one to make sure the validators protect the chain as much as possible. So SAGA supports horizontal scaling, enabling developers to split workloads across multiple chainlets, while validators ensure service quality through customized SLAs. Again, here's where the rollup as a service comes in. So, as you guys know, I'm in AR Collective, amazing community. If you want to see live streams from me where you can ask me questions, or you want to see token research in advanced, or enjoy macro analysis from my co-owner Sky, or enjoy some quality trade setups from our traders, then look at the description of the video for a code where you get 50% off on all memberships. So how does SAGA works? So let's start with the SAGA security chain, right? So the security chain acts as the foundational security layer, leveraging DPoS to secure the SAGA chainlet realm and supporting integrations with external chains like Ethereum and Polygon. Again, I do really like this, right? SAGA commits, to security. Also, while they let developers engage with other chains as well. So platform chain, this layer 1 network facilitates communication between security chains and chainlets, ensuring validated behavior is monitored and penalized for breaches. Basically, as you can see here, right, developer comes in, he wants to get on a chainlet, gets through the mainnet, chooses their validator, right? If that's done, right, you're gonna discuss provisions, then you go to the liquidity integration layer, and then you can dive into other ecosystems, right, or other chainlets, or connect both of them. So I do really like how this, this flow where developers go through is stabilized. So it looks really interesting. So chainlets. Each chainlet is an independent blockchain running as a single smart contract, inheriting security from SSC and scaling workloads horizontally for optimized performance. Again, like I just said, the more developers get on SAGA, the more independent blockchains that run on SAGA, the more TVL that will increase on SAGA as a whole. So that would be a win-win for developers and for SAGA as a protocol. So links, where can you find SAGA? SAGA has their own website, as you can see, and also they are on Twitter. Their latest tweet was on 18th of December, where they had a nice recap of the whole year. They had, by the way, a very big year. They also are hinting on AI breakthroughs, right? Some new steps that they're gonna do. I didn't want to go into the AI because SAGA introduces pretty new, so I didn't find anything that I really could use. But maybe for a future video, you never know. And also, besides this, they also communicate very, very frequently with the community, which I really like. Narrative, as you guys can see on the screen, provided by Masari. You can see SAGA fits in the rollup as a service, right? The same way Outlayer and TIA is, right? You can see here the TIA, right? The role kit. You can see here optimism and dimension. And you can see Saga here. I don't want to deep dive too much, right? Because it's gonna bore you guys out. But basically, the main competition for Saga is gonna be Outlayer, Eclipse, and I think also Tia, and of course OP and a Dimension. But you can see Saga has a pretty big role here. Narrative-wise, right? Again, Saga fits in the roll-up as a service narrative, and of course they're their own layer one. But what makes them unique is the chainlets, right? Where people can build independent blockchains upon Saga, which I find very fascinating. So let's go into the tokenomics. As you guys can see, Saga has a total supply of a little bit above 1 billion. At the moment, 10.8% of the max supply is released on the market. So let's dive into the vesting. As you guys can see, the core contributors, investors, these are the two most important, tokens, but these are locked till the 9th of April 2025. And even when they get unlocked, they have a pretty long vesting period of 2 years, which is going to be linear. The only vestings that I couldn't find was the ecosystem and development tokens, which were 30%. Also, airdrops 14% and foundation reserve 10%. I don't really expect a huge unlock from the ecosystem and development, and even if there's an unlock, then that's gonna be towards the devs, right? Most of the time, that's gonna be grants being given where people are incentivized to build on Saga. Also, airdrops, I have no idea when they're gonna do a new airdrop, but again, they have tokens reserved for that. And the foundation reserve, honestly, I've never seen a project tap into their reserve every single day, right? That's honestly, I think that's gonna be governed by a DAO, right? How that's gonna be used. So that's really about the vesting. Investors, as you guys can see, they've used the Binance Launch Pool to launch their token, which automatically gave them a Binance listing, and they got some. As you guys can see, they raised some money back in 2023, 2022, and 2021. I've had an eye on Saga in the bear market. I know they worked really hard, and I know it was so hard to raise money in the bear market. But as you can see, there were some VCs that had some trust in Saga, and they raised some money in the most brutal years of the market, right? So good for them. $13.5 million has been raised. Exchanges. So Saga, for the people in Europe, it's pretty hard to get because we cannot use Binance, at least where I live. So it's available on Binance, it's available on MaxC. For the people in the US, it's also available on Kraken, and also it's available on BitGet. Market cap and revenue. So Saga has a market cap as we speak of 169 million. Maybe it's a bit lower, maybe it's a little bit higher, but it's around that market cap. So it's a beginning of a mid cap, right? Around 160. So it's not even that big, right? So it has many growths to go, right? As a mid cap. So it's pretty liquid. It's not a low cap or whatever. Fully, that diluted valuation around 1.6 billion. If you think that's overvalued, I mean, of course, that's up to you. Depends, how many chainlets will be built on Saga. So I couldn't find anything about revenue, but I can tell you, how they can make revenue in the future, or how I think they are making revenue, right? So let's start with the chainlet deployment fees, right? So what I think they do is they charge developers for deploying and maintaining application-specific chainlets on the Saga platform. Also, monetizing validator orchestration tools, including automated environments and monitoring systems as a service. Lastly, where I think they can make some revenue is, earning revenue from relaying messages between chainlets and external security chains like Ethereum and Polygon. So let's go into the conclusion. So let's start with the custom blockchains, right? So I think Saga provides developers with the tools to create custom blockchains that meet unique requirements while operating within a secure ecosystem, as known as chainlets. Scalability and security, right? By supporting horizontal scaling and ensuring validator accountability through SLAs, Saga combines performance with reliability. As we speak, rollups, integrated ecosystem. So integrations with major blockchain networks like Ethereum and Polygon allows Saga to offer enhanced functionality and a broader user base. So hope you guys liked the video, and let's dive into the TA. Hey, what's up guys, Reda here. Welcome to the TA portion of the video. Let's dive into SAGA charts. So as you guys can see, in April we had the initial listing of SAGA. Of course, it couldn't survive that dump from April, which many altcoins couldn't. And then since then it made a low around 90 cents ish. As you can see, it had a massive dump, had a beautiful double bottom. As you can see here, has some rejections from like $1.80. As you can see, one, two, three times, some small accumulation here, and then finally, it bursted through, and then it went all the way up to around like $2.80, $2.70, $2.80 ish, right around these levels here. You can see some, like every single time Saga tries to bust above, right, deviates underneath again. It had some couple of rejections here. Of course, this big deviation here, came back down, and another rejection here. But I think right now where Saga is, I do think this is entry worthy, right? I do think it's at low risk levels. You can see some mid levels that I made. This mid level I made based on this daily close here, where you had some confluence, right? You had some rejections there before the move up. And if I put my long tool here, right? Entering here, and I would put a 5% stop loss, right? 5% stop loss or 10% up. It's up to your own risk imagine, right? Underneath this candle close, and I would aim for $2.80, right? And of course, take profits in between, right? Around this mid level at $1.93 or even at $1.80. It depends how you're gonna take this trade, as a leverage trade or a spot trade. I do spot only. So, and then $2.80 would be my end game. I wouldn't sell everything, but sell like a portion, but take profits in between. And of course, this can go higher, right? I mean, if it's true altcoin season, then I do expect, this wick to be filled, or even this candle close right here around like $6.55 or so, $7.88, when like max alt season starts, right? When of course people are gonna say alt season already started. I understand, right? But I think Saga protocol is still like in this accumulation pattern, and when liquidity and Bitcoin dominance comes all the way down, I do think Saga has the tools, has the community to take this upwards around those levels, right? Again, no guarantees, just speculation, right? But levels that you can just play on now, which you already see confidence on, are the levels that I shown. So based on my EMAs as well, what do I want to see on the short term for Saga? I want to see a reclaim of the daily 10. So basically this red line, I want to see a bullish cross here, right? But before that bullish cross happens, you can already be in before it happens. And I want to see a candle close above the daily 10, come back down, test it, and then grind up those EMAs, and then slowly go back to those levels. The same way you do it here, basically. The same price action right here. You grind above those daily 10, and then you just went up, right? So the same thing I want to see again. So that was the TA on Saga. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.